Hi, this is David K, and you're listening to Altered Geek. Geek.
Get altered, get geeky, it's a wild ride. Join the discussion, let's dive into lore. From Star Trek to Transformers, we're ready to soar. Superheroes clash as we spark up the flame. Altered Geek Podcast, remember the name.
Hello and welcome to Altered Geek. I'm your host, Steve Megatron, and joining me on this adventure into geekdom is TFG and Mike.
This podcast is brought to you by Barf.
He's in Spaceballs.
For those of you who are too young to know that,
yes,
you might be listening to this podcast.
So anyways, there's a ton of different little minutia things. So I think we'll go through the ones that we had in Facebook Messenger first, and then go through the other ones in the document.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor floating around that Harrison Ford has been in talks to play Carl in a live-action Up film, which is fitting for an Ed Asner thing.
It is. I just don't know if Disney's ever going to do that. Like, not I don't mean do that as in cast him as that. I mean do that as in would they ever adapt Up as into... Like, I don't know, like, the live action remakes and the reboots and the whatevers have been so hit or miss. Like, really, honestly, the only hit that I personally am invested in with Disney's live action remakes is Lilo and Stitch. The rest of it I could give two craps less.
I don't know. I would watch this, I think.
Yeah, no, I would watch it too. I just don't know if it's on their radar to do it. Like, I don't know if that's what their plan is, but I think he would work as a live action Carl. You just have to find the right woman to play Ellie. I don't know who that would be in Hollywood today.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
If it's true, just because I could see him playing this.
Yep.
I saw a thing, funny of all things, posted by E-Bombs World.
Now, I will say that it is backed up by actual factual statements. I don't know if it was on Hot Ones or wherever, but I have actually seen Macaulay Culkin say this.
Well, this is a different one that I was talking about, but yeah, the Macaulay Culkin thing.
Okay.
Wants a Home Alone. I mean, this was by Variety, IGN, Getty. Yeah. So he wants a Home Alone sequel where Kevin's son sets a trap on him.
It could work.
Which is kind of cool.
I mean, they did do that adult Alexa or Google Home or whatever Christmas commercial a few years ago. Because I literally just saw that like a week ago. Because they had him and at least Joe Pesci back, because I heard Joe's voice. I don't know if Daniel Stern was in it or not, I forget. But they basically did the same thing with the setup of him coming home 9 o'clock. Oh, be ready, blah, 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 blah. And he sits down to the macaroni and cheese dinner kind of thing. And then they pull up but it was a commercial to show off the whatever the home security thing is that they were advertising. But yeah, no, I can see that could work. Hey, it couldn't be any worse. It would be
better than any of the sequels we've gotten since Home Alone 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've all been dumpster fire.
3 wasn't that bad, but
3 wasn't that bad because technically it still was supposed to be him.
Well, it wasn't, though. It was a completely different family, though. It wasn't.
It was the same dad.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Same actor.
Okay. Huh. Weird. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Macaulay Culkin wants a actor wants a job. Look, that's what these things are. We've known this for years. We've made fun of this for years. When news items like this pop up, it's because they want a job. My God, Home Alone
Yeah,
3
I
came out
mean,
in 97.
I think he's kind of, faded in obscurity. Okay, so it is a different kid in the third one. I thought it was
Yeah.
I could have swore I saw another movie with the guy playing the dad and somebody else
You,
playing the kid, but
you probably did. But yeah, the reason why I remember 3 is because it was Alex D. Linz. Because Alex D. Linz is the kid from Jerry Maguire who played Ray. Oh, you said fuck. He's the little kid from Jerry Maguire because he played that a year. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great
Yeah.
idea,
No,
but
yeah, absolutely.
It kind of fits with the Hollywood of today, where we have the majority of the films being a sequel or a prequel
Mhm.
or a reboot or a soft reboot that's technically a sequel.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of the boat we're in, and I think that it would fit rather nicely, and it would give them a freebie, Christmas movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I find it entertaining, but yeah. So another one that kind of caught my eye is I saw this news report by eBombs World of all places, and it said economists say we're using our devices longer, and that's bad for the economy.
But wait, but how is that bad for the economy when everything literally I just sent an email to my dad today because he's going to help me with some certain thing financially, et cetera, that I'm not going to reveal on here. But my dad is of a generation where he's 70 something years old. And he basically, one of the only people I know that still uses cash for everything. Like the last time I needed him to give me money to put in my bank account for something, he actually had to go to a bank that he didn't have an account to, ask them for a check. He practically had to open a brand new bank account to get a check. Uh so of course, we're all using our phones because everything, financial transactions, weather reports, all the social media stuff, your daily horoscope, your reminders, your this, your that, everything is on your phones. How is that? How is my brain? Ow.
So they're saying, uh, and I don't know if this is satire. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because eBombs was
It's
technically a little
eBomb's
bit of
world.
both.
We need to take. Yeah, it's eBomb's world. We need to take it with a
But
grain of satire salt here. But
it is true that people are trying to use their devices longer as long as they work.
Mhm. Yeah,
And, especially, it took forever for people to get off Windows XP or Windows 7. And here we are at
Mhm.
Windows 10, and nobody wants to leave it because Windows 11 is becoming agenic, which essentially means they're going to make it, as Disturbed would say, they want to stupefy you and
Mhm.
give you AI, whether you want it or not.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
their solution to File Explorer being broken is they're like, oh, we'll preload it, which essentially means that you just don't see how slow it is.
Yeah.
But it's still just as slow. I don't know. They've got so much garbage in Windows 11. I just don't want it. My computer can run it. I have 2 computers in the house that have it, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I am literally looking for alternative software or ways to run this software on Linux. And that Zorin OS that I reviewed years ago on
Mhm.
when I was unemployed 2 jobs ago.
Mhm.
And I was writing, I think it was 2019. I was writing articles about these, and at the time I hadn't used it, but I did a ton of research on it. And I was like, if I switch to Linux, this is the one I'm going with, because I can do
Yeah.
basically Windows. It runs a lot of the stuff. I can run Steam. If I pay $50, I get all of the open source software that's alternatives to, Adobe and all these other programs that are out there. And the only thing I don't have a replacement for is Audition, which would be the only thing that I would be kind of I might end up dual booting my computer. So I have one that's Windows 10, so I can use Audition, and then I can use Zorin for like just everything else. But
Yeah.
I personally do not like the direction Microsoft is going. And I know it's kind of a tangent from this. I mean, because the joke on here is like, my office still runs Windows XP, right? I don't like. I don't feel the need to upgrade. Like I'm still using a Pixel 6a. Like I'm using an old computer that I built pretty much after I moved here. Like I built it. I think I built it in 2019. Did I?
Yeah,
no,
I think
don't
so.
know.
Yeah.
Like
somewhere around there, it was.
Yeah, because the other computers are 2011. This one was built in 2019. It's still chugging along, and I've of course cobbled parts from the old one, and that's what I always do. But it works just fine. Like it works better than half the new builds you get now because I overpowered it and upgrade as needed. But the whole thing of they make all this crap to fall apart and die. Like I'm using a computer at work that's all right. To give you perspective, I'm supposed to create content and media stuff, and I'm supposed to edit in Adobe products and everything. Got a 128 megabyte graphics card.
Oh.
Because it's an Intel graphics card, and there's no it lags so bad. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it should by all means work fine, or maybe it's got 24 gigs of RAM, but it plugs up so fast and it doesn't do anything because the video card crashes before anything else. And so like my current video card in this machine, for instance, and I use this software called Specky. It's freeware, and it tells me basically everything I want to know about my computer. I have like a Core i5, basically a 6-core processor, 9th generation Intel. It's got 64 gigs of RAM. I got, I've got a 2 gig NVIDIA GeForce RTX card just because it was cheap. And then I've probably got like 2.5 terabytes worth of hard drives in my computer. Like I've got 5 or 6 hard drives in my computer.
Yeah.
And of all varying capacities. And so it's my computer is, for all intents and purposes, like it's a custom build, but it's very powerful, so it can handle a lot of the crap. And so when I was I recently requested a new computer, and I was like, hey, I need something with some power. And they're like, well, what do you need? And they're like, well, we can consult our IT company. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I do IT, I do graphics, I do media. These people aren't going to know what to do with graphics and media. And so I sent the specs, and I sent why I needed it.
Yeah.
And the IT guy was basically like, yeah, we get our computers from a reseller, and they're like, he knows what he wants. You're better off buying it yourself. And there we are. And so now I'm just kind of waiting on what's going to happen. But it's essentially like an overpowered laptop.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's a gaming laptop, and it's not even for gaming. The thing I've realized is gaming equipment is built sturdier and more to outlast a lot of the generic cheap crap that you find. So like if you're buying a $400 to $600 computer, or it's an $800 computer, you might be all right. But anywhere from like a $200 to a $600 computer, you're rolling the dice on whether it's going to do what you need.
No,
because like I have an Acer.
You ain't.
So like I have an Acer laptop that I bought a year ago because an electronic chain store closed down around us, and like they went bankrupt. And they had a thing that was like 50% off. So I got this $800 laptop for $350.
Nice.
And we also got our a new stove and refrigerator for the cost of one of those items instead of both.
Right.
But I mean, I got this laptop and it's got 8 gigs of RAM in it. It's got a similar video card. I mean, I can run some stuff on it. Like I can run like Sparking Zero on it, but it's very laggy. I can run Star Trek Online on pretty much any of these. I could run it on my, one at work if I really wanted to, but I mean, it's a decent computer, and I've got a Dell computer for my wife, and it's about the same specs as that, a little bit better, but I pretty much only buy Dell laptops if I'm buying a cheap one because they come with the least amount of bloatware, and if you need them just for normal use, it works just fine. But if you're needing it for graphics, a gaming laptop is the way to go. And like even my mouse from my computer, I use gaming mice.
Yeah.
I don't use regular ones because like I have a Red Dragon gaming mouse, which was like $40 or something. And it has 12 buttons on the side. And then it's got like the back and forth and then the left click, right click, and then the scroller click. So it's got, like 16, 18 buttons on it. And then I've got this Logitech G series mouse that I'm using here at home, although my work one broke a long time ago. But it's got 6 buttons on the side and then, the other stuff. But I mean, for the most part, they last a really long time, but I can program all of these things for just normal work use and editing use. And so it's a dual purpose. My Blue Yeti is a better microphone than my Mackie microphone because it's made for podcasting and gaming and, music and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of like my whole point is like, if you're going to get a computer and you're going to be doing a lot of processing and you need it for graphics or you need it for, editing or whatever, just get a gaming PC. Like it's going to be your best route. But it was amazing to me how crappy the video card was when I actually investigated it because the computer originally like crapped out like 3 weeks ago and I lost everything.
Yeah, it did. That was a nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, luckily I had everything backed up in the cloud or on an external drive, but I lost my bookmarks. I lost, a little bit of stuff. I lost some software. And so, I mean, and then I come to find out that, they disabled Windows Update and a lot of other crap. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
I think this whole, bad for the economy. I think, people are also sick and tired of spending money, which is why I'm moving to like more open source.
Yeah. Well, like the fact you can't buy software anymore. You can't outright go into Best Buy or wherever and just buy a game like you have, or whatever it is. Doesn't have to be a game. Microsoft, whatever Microsoft Office is up to nowadays, you have to like there are no CD keys anymore. Like I think Microsoft Word 2007, which is the only version I still have. I still have the CD with the CD key in my thing, but you can't even buy that anymore. You can't buy physical software anymore. Everything's a download. Everything's this. Everything's that. When I didn't lose, but nothing. I always take care of my stuff. I always take care of my phones or whatever. But something happened to my Galaxy S9 that I had from Samsung back right after Karen had passed away in 2021. So I'm like, oh, okay. And right around then, Google had just announced the Pixel 6 lineup. Literally just announced. I'm like, oh, Pixel 6 Pro. Awesome. Great. Last year, after 3 years of having it, 3 years of taking care of it, I have no idea what happened. No clue. Thank God I have the insurance plan on these things because I will never not have a mobile insurance. I don't mind paying 15 extra bucks a month to Xfinity for mobile insurance for Xfinity Mobile. Saved my ass. Something happened where I couldn't charge the phone. It connected, but it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. I never got the phone wet. I never exposed it to any light. There were no gremlins. There's nothing here. No clue what happened to it. I called them, got set up with Assurant or whoever they use for their insurance purposes. They sent me out the Pixel 7 Pro, which is essentially the next model up from what I had. I wish I still had the Pixel 6 Pro, but it is what it is. And, my point is I had that phone from 2021 to 2024. If that phone didn't do something stupid, it wasn't me that did something stupid to it. I don't know what happened to it. If it didn't fumble around and fluck itself up, notice I said fluck with an L. Just want to clarify, folks, FLUCK, FL. I would still have the Google Pixel 6 Pro right now because it was a perfectly working phone. There was nothing wrong with the screen. Camera was great. Everything was still working great. Whatever. My point is that was 3 years on one phone. I'm not a phone reviewer. I'm not a technology reviewer person. I'm not one of these types of people that needs to, and heaven forbid if you're listening, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. We bow to the original co-host of this show, Mike Powers, Booth Ninja 81. He gets from at least from what I remember, it might have changed since the last time we talked to him, but he used to get the new iPhone every year, no matter what, because it was part of the upgrade. Okay, well, I don't know. I need to catch up with Mike in the new year in 2026. But that's my thing. Like, I understand that's part of the upgrade program, but I don't feel the need to upgrade every year because that's once a year. I have to then transfer all my stuff to the new phone, get used to the new phone. Like, no, I treat my cell phones like my dad used to. Well, my dad used to treat his cars like some men in the 50s used to treat their women, but because sometimes dad would come home with a new car every other week. But the point is that I only need one thing for a long period of time. And until that thing goes away or until something happens to it where I need to actually upgrade, I ain't upgrading unless, like, I was half tempted this year, half tempted for the Pixel 10 XL because I want the larger XL slab candy bar phone. I was half tempted at the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. God, they got to work on those friggin' naming schemes. That's a whole other podcast topic in of itself. But I'm just patiently waiting to see what comes next for Google Pixel. But yeah, it's like nobody believes in the state of the product anymore. Nobody it's like, oh, you have this. Well, I'm only going to have this for a year. And then I can get the next new thing or whatever. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy.
Well, it's kind of like plastic crack.
Bringing it back to toys. Nice.
Yep. Batman and the Batmobile.
Hey, this is cool.
No, and let me preface this with Macfarlane is doing a slam dunk great job with their DC Universe stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I have the new Batman Adventures and the Batman Continues Batman and the animated series Batman, which, funny enough, I saw on, I got it on eBay a while ago. Yeah, I was in Target the other day and I saw 3 of these blasted things in the store, brand new, and I paid almost double.
Oh no!
Because I was like, I don't know if they're new. I don't know if they're old. I don't I literally didn't know, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Because you just don't know, and so anyways, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on the Batman Returns Batman or something, just because Keaton's my live action Batman. Although I have a new appreciation for Bale.
Yeah.
After a very intense rewatch.
Yes.
And but I mean, they have this new thing, between the Batmobile. and
Yeah.
and the new Batman with the Batcave.
Yeah.
So the one you brought up was the Batman Beyond Batmobile with Terry McGinnis Batman.
Yeah. And this thing has lights and sounds as far as I remember correctly. And it looks so like I don't remember the last time we got a Batman Beyond Batmobile. I know it has happened at least once before, but when they announced this, I'm just like, oh, okay. Arm getting weak, feeling stabbing motion in arm. Like basically when comic book guy on The Simpsons fakes having a heart attack over excitement. Like that is the feeling I got when seeing this thing. And I think I originally saw it because I think Will Friedle was doing the official unboxing for Macfarlane or something. And I'm like, oh man, this is so freaking cool.
And it looks awesome. I mean, it comes with a display stand with the name.
Yeah.
It comes with Terry with different hands for the Batmobile. You can take off the little wing things. It gives him the red aesthetic. So that it looks like he's
inside red aesthetic, so it looks like he's inside the
and it gives the shadow he had inside. The Batmobile lights up. It's neat. It's 21 inches long. I like this. I like the animated series Batmobile first.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
And then this is the second. And then I like the Batman Returns Batmobile.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No. But like this never really gets any love. And because last year was the 25th anniversary, they put this out and it finally got the love that it deserved. Like it just wow.
Guess how much it is?
Like 110, 150, something like that.
170.
Yeah. I knew it was somewhere around there. I think if you got the Walmart, one of the versions, like I know it lights up, but I think one of there was the Macfarlane website version, and then there was an exclusive Walmart version. I think one of them has lights and sounds, and the other one only has lights. I don't remember which is which. I could be wrong on that though.
I think that they're all light and sound because it's the gold label. The gold label is something that they're doing now so they can charge a premium.
Yeah.
Because the Batman Returns stuff and some of the DCAU like animated series lockup, he's a gold label. Although I don't know why, because he's on sale for like $23 at Walmart. But I mean, like the Michael Keaton 89 and Returns Batman are gold label.
Oh wow.
So while I would love to get my hands on some of these, like I just between cost and just the fact that I'm like, I don't need everything.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, I would like some of these.
Yeah.
I have limited space, so I have to be very choosy, but two, like I'm just kind of like, I like it. Probably not enough to get it, but I like it. It's kind of like this, or like the Batcave playset.
Yep.
Which is $225.
Oh Jesus!
This is the thing.
Okay.
This is the thing. This is stupid because you're getting a cardboard cutout of the cave. You're getting a little pedestal. You're getting the Batcave, computer and ramp with a little bit of a display that you can change out, the screen of what's on the screen. And then you get a BTAS Batman with the paint job of the Keaton Batman. And it's $225. And it's like, well, I could buy the $35 Batman at the store. Repaint in black. And then I could 3D print the Batcave.
Yeah.
Because like it does come with his chair. It does come with, the side the side printer, computer analyzer, I mean, it comes with cool stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love the idea
Yeah.
because I had the old, the fold out Wayne Manor Batcave when Batman Returns was out. I was like, oh, this is awesome, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just looking at it, I'm like, $225 for this. I'm kind of underwhelmed.
Yep. Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned the Batcave and this, that, and the other thing, everything else. I understand everybody in general just wants the normal, everyday, regular toys. I get that. Oh, wait, I can use this one instead. Go over here. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here, folks. I get that. But there's no, at least in my personal opinion, there's no substituting, at least for me. Like, there's just no getting around what Funko does. There's just no getting around it. Get this damn. I'm putting this in Messenger for you if it freaking works. There you go. So they released a Batman 89 in Batcave. Now I have the Alfred with Wayne Manor. If I added this to that would be so freaking cool. Like, yeah. And that's only $25 for that. Like, I don't need to spend $200 and something on a Batcave that I could just give you that money and you could 3D print me one that's better.
I'm like tempted to look for a Batcave.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
But I mean,
nuts,
But I mean, I was even looking at like BBTS and like looking at the different Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff. And I'm like, a lot of this stuff is very underwhelming to me.
Yeah, it's like the problem I have with Black Friday now is it doesn't actually happen on Friday anymore. It doesn't happen on the Friday after Thanksgiving. It doesn't. It happens the week of or the week before. It's like Black Friday week sales. Like, it's Black Friday week. It's not Black Friday day. Like, I thought the whole point of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday was to, number one, spend time with your friends and family and stuff yourselves full of turkey and fall asleep for 9 hours after the fact when whichever football team you love loses or wins or whatever. And then Friday you go out shopping and kill yourself trying to find the best Christmas present for whichever family member you're shopping for. And then Saturday you go online and you help small businesses and you do something that way, kind of thing. So, but yeah, no, Black Friday, I don't care anymore about like when Thanksgiving is over, like when literally Friday morning happened this year after the Friday after Thanksgiving. First thing I did, go on Facebook, change into my I'm Santa Claus, damn it, photo for my Facebook profile picture. And I changed my Facebook featured photo or profile cover photo, whatever the hell they call it these days. I changed that to the Merry Christmas Autobots logo thing that I've had for years that I stole from Stephen Kennett IV. Stupid 869 on whatever social. I don't know if he's still on. My buddy Steven, my other buddy Steven, I hope he still listens to the shows, but we're friends on Facebook and we've been friends for years, and he posted that Autobot logo Christmas hat thing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yoink. I don't know where he got it from, but yeah. No, it's a yeah. The whole messy deal is just nuts.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it because like I like some of the stuff, but I'm either the costs have gotten too high or they're just not enough of a draw to go after.
Yep.
And there's so many variations anymore between the different iterations. I mean, it gives you variety if you're into certain ones, but then there's so many crappy like toy companies that, like all the Super 7s are sitting on clearance everywhere if they even still have them. To
Yeah.
the point that nobody carries them. Like Nacelle, any of their figures for series that are not Star Trek are in the clearance bin. Like they're literally in the clearance bin everywhere, and then they are not restocking anything that's Nacelle.
Yeah.
Like NECA has a spot, Macfarlane has a spot, Mattel, Hasbro, Bandai. But then you look at that, and then they're like, nope, not gonna do it.
Yep. Well, like I said, I've been for years now. I've been following a lot of Funko creators on YouTube and Instagram and other places, and some of them will go out and do Funko Pop hunts like you do toy hunts and things. Same thing technically, since Funko Pops are toys, and they'll go to some of the weirdest, whacked out stuff. I'm like, why in the hell would that store have Funko Pops? Like, when you think of Marshalls, the first thing you don't think of is Funko Pops. But yet some of these people have gone in there and they've gone over to how Marshalls even has a toy section is beyond me. I guess every department, big box store needs a toy section, no matter what that their niche is or not. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, toy companies are kind of like streaming.
Yeah, there's a million of them.
Well, there's a million of them, but there's also the conglomerates of Hasbro and Mattel, so Disney and Netflix and Paramount and whatever. But like there's like two major camps of whatever, this, that, and the other thing, and then you have like little scrappy things like Funko or Nacelle or Super 7. I saw an article somewhere, and I can't substantiate this, but I saw an article somewhere where Super 7 closed down a couple of their warehouses or something, or like Super 7's in trouble.
More than Funko.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the crazy thing is that I didn't know the person, but just because of Funko's social media, somebody who used to work at Funko went to work for Super 7, and now I'm like, oh boy, that's not good.
Like, that not a great idea, guys.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, although I have seen some pretty neat stuff, like Playmates has some remastered TMNT stuff.
Yep.
So like Shredder and Splinter don't have the fabric clothing, they have plastic, so it's more molded, and then they just look better. Almost kind of like the Super 7s do, except affordable.
Better.
Like
Yeah.
you could buy all 4 Turtles, Splinter, and Shredder for like $60.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's
it.
not bad if I actually wanted them again.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of to this point that I'm like, do I need it? Do I not need it? Do I need it? Do I not need it? And then I'm, so like the one Captain Kirk, I'm kind of, obviously that's been a bucket list item since the 90s for me. So that's kind of a hands down no brainer. But like, I'm like, I still, I want Studio Series 86 Megatron. And I'm like, do I need Quick Strike? Like, do I care?
Yeah.
So like that one's kind of on my do I care list. The Stranger Things vehicle to become Ultimus, I'll probably do that because I'm like, I can repaint it and then I can replace the head.
Yep.
I'll just 3D print like or honestly, if it fits, I'll use my Optimus Prime head that came with my Studio Series 86
Yep.
that I replaced the figure's head for.
Right.
Like, and put the show accurate one and leave that on, and then just change the, repaint the head for Ultimus and just put it on there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of all over with toys at this point. I'm like, I like them,
and
but they take
and-
up so much space unless it's one that I care about.
Yeah, and the funny thing is for me is like I am literally like I've bought 2 Funko Pops this year. I'm pretty sure. Maybe no, I bought a few more than that. In the last 3.5 months, I've only bought 2 Funko Pops. And even though my OCD is like, you need these. I just sent those to you in Messenger. But you need these. I'm like, yeah, but I can't find anywhere where I can get all 4 of them because one of them's a chase now and whatever. But like, I can find the other 3. The one where Terry's unmasked is the chase, unfortunately. But when they came out with, they just released, they just released because everybody's getting it. They just released Old Man Bruce with Ace. And I was like, damn, where am I going to get this damn thing? And like, because I didn't know where, like, it's the games, like, I was like, GameStop be stupid, yo. It was the day it was supposed to go on sale. I'd just gotten paid from a job I had done. I actually did a vocal coaching job. That's a whole other topic for another day. But I had gotten paid. The thing was like, I don't know, after whatever GameStop, whatever, it was like 25 bucks after shipping, something like that. I could be wrong. Whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. Kept refreshing the GameStop website a day of, oh, they're only going to be in stores, or, oh, we don't know if the link is actually going to be available online later in the day of the release. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm on the GameStop app on my phone. It clearly shows that they have it on their app. It's just not it's just not available to purchase yet. What the hell are you doing, GameStop? So buddy of mine I paid a buddy of mine to grab it for me because it's Old Man Bruce and it's a little Ace and it's a Pop Buddy thing. It's a whole thing. But basically it's old Kevin Conroy. But as far as the other 4 that are currently out, the new Terry McGinnis Batman with masked on and mask off, and then the armored Bruce, and then the Blight, I've been wanting those since they released earlier this year, and it's like, I'll get them when I get them. Can't get them right now. Got too many other responsibilities I got to deal with. To quote a different superhero in a different universe, with great power comes great responsibility. It's like, yep, everything else has to get paid first before you can buy action figures, which is the responsible thing to do. Oh boy. But yeah.
So then there's iHeartMedia.
Yes, then there's iHeart.
And it's funny because somebody brought this up to me after I mentioned it. They were like, the fact that they're guaranteeing a human, for their core branding message means that people are going to analyze the crap out of them now.
Oh yeah,
to see if they're full of crap or not.
Yep.
But they claim that they don't use AI generated personalities. We don't use AI music that features synthetic vocalists pretending to be human, and the podcasts we publish are also guaranteed human. Everything we do is real and authentic. They said, even though 70% use AI tools themselves, they're saying like 90% want their media created by real humans. And what they mean is like, not they're having AI as a tool, not a replacement. And so they're stressing that, their AI powered operational tools such as scheduling, analytics, show prep, and workflow automation, it's a tool. It's not a replacement for the, for the personality and the human element.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't
And
replace Danielle Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle to talk about Boy Meets World with Boy Meets World robot versions of themselves. I mean, you could try, but it wouldn't be the same.
but I mean, like, I was quite surprised. Like, I had to give them kudos on it because I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, they drew a line in the sand, and I actually have to go with them on this because I agree. Like, I love being able to discuss the topics and everything, but I also don't like, I use AI, but I use it as a tool. I use it to, you know, I use it to help me with the show notes or the description of the episode or things like that. I don't use it for the artwork because it sucks at that. I'm sure there's services that can come up with it or duplicate the style, but it's not. I like to do it, and if I don't have the time to do it, I just don't. But I use it for mostly for like the analytics for the show prep, and honestly I just use automation for scheduling. Like, I don't use
Yeah.
AI. I just use automation, so it's not even AI. It's just me being lazy and letting something else take the post it. So I mean, I'm all for AI when it's an automation thing or an operational tool, but as a replacement for people, no.
No, does not need to be replacing people.
So I don't have to talk about it much because I wrote an article about it on geekcastradio.com, but the fact that they're drawing a line in the sand for guaranteed human content gives me a lot of respect in where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a good article. That was a good read. Because we've always hated I Hate Radio. Because that's what I've been calling them. I Hate Radio since before they even get into podcasting. Like, I've been calling them that since like the early 2000s. Because just the whole iHeart thing, just what's the opposite of iHeart? I hate. But
So to round this one out, to round out this episode after that, anyhow, you had mentioned some,
So YouTube and the way they present the YouTube collaborations, I have nothing wrong with. So back in the day, early 2009, 2010, late 2009, early 2010, you used to be able to do collaborations in a way where, like, I would come on your video, you would come on my video, and then the video, it was a whole thing. They brought back collaborations, but how they're promoting the collaborations and how they're displaying the collaborations to subscribers of certain channels is the problem that I have with it. So the example I have here is a Batman Forever, because 30th anniversary this year. Riddler and Two-Face destroy the Batcave from Clip Zone Heroes and Villains. Now, remember years ago when everyone was like, YouTube is subscribing us automatically to channels we've not subscribed to, and blah, blah, like YouTube's up to shenanigans stuff, how they used to do all that stuff. So I noticed this when this popped up this is why I always look at my subscriptions feed to see what I'm actually subscribed to make sure I'm not subscribed to anything that I haven't actively subscribed to myself. And I see this thing called Clip Zone Heroes and Villains, and I'm like, I didn't subscribe to that channel. Why is YouTube subscribing me to a channel that I didn't actually go to? And then I look to the right a little bit. YouTube, Clip Zone Heroes and Villains, and Warner Brothers Entertainment. Now, I know I'm subscribed to Warner Brothers Entertainment because trailers and announcements and whatever else. The way that I think YouTube needs to do this is whatever you are subscribed to, should be the first thing that's shown. Now, I don't know all the facts about how the YouTube collabs work because I haven't actually done a YouTube collab. I'm sure if Clip Zone Heroes and Villains set it up first and then had asked Warner Brothers to join in as a collaborator, maybe that's why Warner Brothers' name is second. But yeah, no, I that literally freaked me. I'm like, oh my God, are we going back to the days of YouTube subscribing people to channels that they didn't care to? So it's kind of like how, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit, but like one of the reasons why we don't have, most of the time, we don't have auto ads anymore, why we don't have the auto dynamically inserted ads for the most part, like in the middle of the show and stuff, is because some of the ads that they were giving us were not meant for our audience at all.
Nope.
So yeah, that, like, because I saw that and I was like, it I don't know, man, it just freaked me. And I know it's something, it's first world problems, whatever, it's something so small. But if you are, especially if you're a paying YouTube premium member, which I am, it's like, if I'm like, it would be different if this had shown up on my home tab, because on my home tab on YouTube, it shows me some stuff that I'm not subscribed to, which I understand they're trying to recommend me things. But this showed up in my subscription tab with Clip Zone Heroes and Villains being the first name. And I'm like, what the is that? It's kind of like Charlie Tweeter from Varsity. I don't know if you remember Varsity Blues. What? He's looking down his pants. What the is that? Oh God. But yeah, just keep an eye out on that, folks, with YouTube collabs. However you're seeing your collaborations, and make sure you're subscribed to both channels. I don't think YouTube would throw something in your subscription feed. Unless, like, literally, I had to click on Clip Zone Heroes and Villains to go to their channel to make sure I was not subscribed to their channel. Not that I didn't want to be subscribed to their channel, but again, I wanted to make sure I didn't do something like when I was half asleep scrolling through YouTube shorts and accidentally press a button. I didn't. But yeah, so there's that. Thoughts?
No, I mean, I'm
Just
not
weird.
entirely sure I know what direction YouTube is going. Like,
I don't think any of us do, other than the people that they actually share the information with.
I mean, I honestly get. I mean, the collabs. I get why they do it for, like, you know, if it's a channel talking about something and pinning it to Warner Brothers or whatever, you know, they're sharing where it's coming from. I get that, but I wonder how far that goes. Like, if they're like, oh, I'm collaborating with Geekcast Radio, it's like, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah, no, you're not.
Like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if, like, you can basically, you know, I don't know how that's going to turn out. But on top of it, like, I'm also sick and tired of these people that are like, I can help this video perform better. And it's like, it doesn't have X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I'm looking at this clip, and other than their Clip Zone logo and, you know, Jim Carrey's Riddler on it, there's not anything that says anything about what the clip is about on the picture. And that's that's what these people are trying to sell me on, is like, you need something on the picture other than blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, it doesn't need to be all that descriptive on there. Like, some things are, you know, I'm like, our content primarily is ported over from a podcast. Like, I'm not going to do a bunch of extra work for something that's being imported.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I don't, you know, have any love for the YouTube side. I would rather create original stuff for YouTube that I put more effort into, and the podcasts are just kind of imported there as another another syndication point.
Yeah, exactly. It's a syndication point for us. And the funny thing is about that thumbnail, look at the title. Riddler and Two-Face destroy the Batcave. The movie is 30 years old. If you haven't seen it by now, you must be living under a rock. When Riddler and Two-Face, that thumbnail is literally, I think that's from the scene where he's like, you know, he reaches back, he's gonna throw it, and he strikes him out, and he's doing this whole baseball thing. And it's like, okay, cool. I remember the scene. I've seen the movie multiple times. We've done multiple podcast episodes on this movie multiple times over the last almost 17 years we've been having the network online. Like, I get it. You get it. Unfortunately, YouTube didn't get it. I don't know. It's just weird. What are you watching?
I've been watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films.
Yep.
Those are my favorites. I like those. I can relate to Spider-Man. I can relate to that era of Spider-Man. Now that I don't like Andrew Garfield, I definitely like Andrew Garfield and Tobey more than I do Tom Holland. But it's not.
Holland is a younger. Tom Holland is for the younger generation. Tom Holland literally was the kid that Tony Stark had to teach about certain things. So yeah, Tom Holland is not really our generation of Spider-Man.
No, and to each their own. Like you get, and increasingly, which each Spider-Man, the Aunt May gets younger, and the Spider-Man talks faster.
Yeah.
And it's more spastic. So like Toby is more soft spoken, more calm. You get Andrew and he's kind of a mix and more sarcastic. And then you get, Tom and he just talks too much.
Well, and I can't really blame Tom for that. That's the role that was written. And the reason why the role was written that way is because look who his influence is. Like, yeah, Aunt May is still there and whatever, but she's not influencing him. Who's influencing him in all three of those movies? Tony Stark.
Well, he wasn't in the third one.
Okay, but
or the second.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm messing with you. I get what you're saying, but
yeah, but the point is, like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man from the MCU, his overall influence is coming from Tony Stark. It's not coming from with great power comes great responsibility. Like, yes, he has that lesson in him from his Uncle Ben dying, but the overall day-to-day lesson, like in the normal 616 universe, you have Peter, May, and Ben. Ben dies. In some instances, Norman will kind of sort of fulfill the father figure role up to a certain point, either when he turns green or whatever. And then we have the Toby movie, the first film from X number of 2 decades ago. Oh God, 2002. I miss you, 2002. Anyway, you'll have somebody else in there, and how they decided to, because they were going to work it in, because the Sony deal, Marvel deal, whatever. The one way to work Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, have Tony Stark be his mentor. That'll work wonders. And that's why the kid talks like this. He talks so fast you can't even hear what the hell he's saying.
Is what it is. Anyways, What are you watching?
For me, I still need to write the article. It's been a rough holiday season over the Thanksgiving break and whatever. Actually, I was sick for most. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I was just death knell. Ugh. But I did finish watching the first 13 episodes of The Simpsons. I can safely say, if I remember my notes correctly, I remember 6 out of the 13. The other 7 were practically brand new, fresh to me. I don't remember them, even though I know I watched them as a kid. So I'll be writing that up. TF2 and Mike versus The Simpsons Season 1 will be coming soon to Geekcast Radio Network, only on geekcastradio.com. And then I got to get into season 2 here soon. So that's even though season 1 started with a Christmas episode with Santa's Little Helper, I'm going to be spending Christmas at The Simpsons this year.
Sounds like fun.
Yep.
So, thank you as always for listening to Altered Geek. I've been your host, Steve Megatron, with TFG and Mike. And be sure to check out this episode post on the website, geekcastradio.com, and your favorite podcatcher. So until next time, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks.
From classic icons to new sci-fi dreams, with every episode we'll unravel the themes. Let's geek out and laugh, keep the spirits high. Together we'll journey, reaching for the sky. Join the discussion, let's dive into lore. From Star Trek to Transformers, we're ready to soar. Superheroes clash as we spark up the flame. Altered Geek Podcast, remember the name.